At what point did you look at your business, your career, and consider it a success?
So I think it's when I look into the faces of the women and girls that I work with every day. And I see when I share my story about being 30, being in the prime of my life, and all of a sudden heart disease hits. You don't have any of the typical symptoms. You don't have those risk factors that everybody says you should have. And with the determination of me saying, I'm going to put my heart in my own hands and push back on the doctors. And when I tell those stories, at every event, you're going to hear that same story so that it resonates, with our girls and women, that if it could happen to me, it could happen to anyone. And so when I see their faces and I get the questions about what can I do to change my lifestyle? What can I do to really, bring this home to my family? What can I do in my community? That's when I know it's a success just from looking in their face, right? We touch several hundreds of girls a year. And those numbers, great, we can quantify that, but I think it's really quality, and what we provide is most important, the service that we give to our family. So when a young girl goes home and takes a recipe, to her family that she's learned through a Heart and Hands event, that's success. When, a young girl goes home and tells her mom or her grandmother, let's walk today for 20 to 30 minutes, that's a success. And I've heard so many of those testimonials and success stories along this 9-year journey with Heart and Hands, that's when I know we've reached success and that people are doing, in fact, exactly what we wanted them to do, is share the information, bring it home to create generational health. So that really is the goal, is when I hear families and girls and women talking about what they've learned, that they've gone to the doctor, they've used the questions that we've shared, right? They've joined the 5K, the 10K, right? That they're coming out to our events and they're supporting. That really does, warm my heart and makes me feel like it's all so worth it. And it just keeps me going every day to find more programs, more initiatives, more things and more ways to impact our community. So I think that's what success is. We also have been expanding. So we have now chapters in Nashville. We have Houston, which joined last year. And this year, one of our junior board members is going to spearhead the chapter in Atlanta. So we're very excited about that as well. So that's a huge win-win, right, for the organization. So it's all of those things, combined, that really show me that we're doing the right thing